we actually gonna have a conversation about exactly what it says. And you got, as you all know, at the Oscars, Chris Rock cracked a joke. What's supposed to be a joke on Jada and her husband, who is Will Smith. Everyone knows Will Smith. Decide to walk onto stage and give Chris Rock a slap for his comment. So we're gonna talk about that. I want to know, what do you think? If you think he is wrong or he is right for you know assaulting Chris Rock physically. So we're gonna actually have a conversation about this. You guys tell me what you think. I'm gonna tell you what you guys think. Hello, Samantha Maxwell. How are you doing? So we're gonna actually talk about this conversation, and you guys tell me what you think. That's basically what it is. So, in my opinion, and I'm gonna share my opinion. My apologies for Jeffrey. Is he's on his way. He's gonna join me soon. He's running a little bit late. But in my opinion, I think that Chris Rock. Well, I think Will Smith actually overreacted. The joke that was cracked. The comedian Chris Rock is a comedian. He cracked jokes about everybody, but when I look at what was said, I don't think that reaction was necessary. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm for men defending their ladies. You know what I mean? When it's needed. I think in this particular opinion, I don't think that type of defense was needed. So I think if they feel offended or he feels offended, Jada feel offended, I think this is something that could have been dealt with off stage. That's my opinion. Like I said, I'm for men defending their woman when it's needed. You understand? But like I say, in this case, I think he overreacted, and this particular incident could have gone way south. You know what I mean? I must give kudos to Chris Rock for the way he reacted, or his lack of reaction. Because he really held his composure, and you got to give him credit for that. Because I'm a man, and I can't even picture another man slapping me for any reason at all. Right? So I gotta give kudos to Chris Rock, man. He held it together really good and kept his composure. Was very professional. He was aware of where he's at, and for that, man, I gotta give that man props. You know what I mean? I know people who is in church or even in church, and you slap someone in church, and there are some people who it's going down. So I gotta give kudos to Chris Rock for sure, man. He held it together, and I'm very proud of him. Very, very proud of him. You can go ahead and tell me what you think. Don't be afraid to. You can cut in at whatever point and tell me what you think. And that's what this is basically what we're going to be talking about today. This particular topic. So tell me what you think, of course, and we will go from there. In the meantime, let me send out. Some more. Send out the link. Like I said, Jeffrey had to be joined. Jeffrey should be joining me soon, but he's just running late. So yes, I send it to him. Hey, Miss Dahlia is in the building. Yeah, how are you doing? Miss Daly is in the building. How are you? Long time not see. Let's see. It's challenging to see men very proactive in protecting their partner. It's challenging to see. What do you mean? It's challenging. What are you saying? This is not the norm. Is that what you're saying? It's not the norm. Are you saying it's not the norm to see a man defend? Hmm. I don't know if it's not the norm. I mean, why would you say it's not the norm to see men defend? I'm not sure if I agree with that. Miss Daly said, "Oh, just finished work. Hey, welcome aboard. So you should be all dressed. You should jump on and join me. You should be all dressed. You're coming from the office. You can join me on screen. Don't be afraid, Miss Daly." Yeah, some of my peoples are just asking me to send the links. I'm sending it out. Yes, I'm not so sure if I agree with that. Could you expound on that? I think it's the norm to see. I mean, I see people defend their lady all the time. Are you saying it's not the norm on social media or on TV? What are you saying? Yeah, so hey, don't be afraid to listen. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Like I said, it's gonna be a two-way conversation. I am actually waiting on my co-host, which is Jeffrey. He normally join me on my live chat. He was asking me for the longest while to start a conversation. So Miss Daly said Will Smith is human. I am sure a lot going on in his personal or public life, but how he chose to display his displeasure was immature. I gotta agree with you there, Miss Daly. Yeah, I think it was. I don't think that type of reaction was necessary. The crime did not. I don't know. That particular crime did not deserve that type of reaction. I feel this is like one of those reactions, like you steal somewhere and you steal something and they put you in jail for life. So it's one of those things. It's like, what I mean. I think I heard worse jokes than that in church. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hang around a lot of funny people, man. I'm like, that joke is not even all that. So I don't know. Yes, Pat, Patricia's in the building. Pat say, I agree that Chris held his composure. Would you have dealt with Chris offline? Um, if I felt that it was a disrespect to my lady or my partner, my wife, or whoever that is at that time, I think I mean, all these guys are in the same circle, man. I think he could have waited. It's not. This is you're talking about Chris Rock. All of them is reachable. What I mean, they're in the same building. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about Will Smith, Chris Rock, two very huge public figures, and I think that's something that could have been dealt with offline for sure. I would have, if it was me, I would have dealt with this particular situation offline. I don't think that particular joke did not deserve a public response like that. And maybe people are gonna say, "Well, he publicly said it," but Comedians crack jokes all the time. Miss Daly, even if he said, even if he said from his piece, said his piece from his seat, okay, cool. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Let him know, but as a black man, to get up and slap another black man in front of all those people, he is wrong. I totally agree with you. And like I said, if there was another individual would not have handled this so nicely. You know what I'm saying? This could have gone way south. This could have been a big brawl on stage. Like this could have gone, where you're pulling one person off the other type of thing. You know what I mean? So I gotta really compliment, I gotta compliment Chris Rock for, I mean, the way he handled this, man. I gotta give him props for sure. I have to give him props for sure. So I agree with, so yes, Pat. So I would have taken it offline, and I agree with you, Miss Daly, also that even if he wanted to set his piece from his seat and say, "Hey, keep my wife's name out," what I mean, if he felt the need to say that and leave it right there, but to get up from your seat, approach the stage, all that I think was certainly not necessary. It was not, and I mean, you see, Jada. There's so much stuff to kind of unpack here because obviously you can tell something like that is not just that piss him off. You know what I'm saying? And I think this go all the way back to when they had that wrong table talk and brought and Jada had, what I mean, Will Smith, what I mean, enduring that wrong table talk. If you and I mean, if I may put it like that, because sometimes there's some conversations as couple, man. You don't have to make a public display of everything. You know what I'm saying? And that wrong table talk, if you go way back when that happened, like 2 years ago or more, that stuff was sort of stayed behind closed doors, man. But hey, sometimes when you open your door to the public, man, like I can see a lot of things that's just going on. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? If you keep pouring water into a glass, man, one day it's gonna spill over. That's just the way it is. One day it's gonna spill over, and that's what happened, I think. Uh, why does it have to be looked at as a racial thing? It is definitely wrong to turn violence, but still, well, it's not really racial. But what we are trying to, I think, what I'm trying to say is like, you know, a black person slapping another black person. We as black people know that this can turn out really bad. You know what I mean? That's why I don't think that nobody's trying to say that's that is it's racial thing, but it's a black person to a black person. If it was a white person versus a white person. But in this case, we're doing it the way it is. A black man trying to, nobody should be hitting anybody, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? You start to disrespect by that by trying to, this can just go south. People can lose their life. All these things, I mean, in this case, nothing happened like that so far, but it can be crazy. All right. Thank you, Miss Daly, for dropping by for sure. Pat also got to go. So, I catch you guys. Thank you guys for dropping in for sure. Yeah, so like I said, I don't think it's a we. I don't think we are looking at it as from a race standpoint. But in this case, you just call a spade a spade. It's a black person slap a black person. You know what I mean? If it was a white person slap a black person, we would have been pointing that out too. So we just pointing out the obvious. You understand? So I'm just trying to send out. I'm trying to send out all the link to most of my WhatsApp chat. Yeah, so I mean, that's what this is one of those crazy scenes. Like I mean, when I saw this, I was really surprised. You know what I'm saying? I had to do, I mean, I had to rewind and I'm like, what's going on here? And it's we're not, what's surprising? We're not accustomed to see Will Smith react in this manner, for sure. I'm not accustomed to see him. Will Smith is one of the coolest dudes, you know what I mean, as far as I know. And but then again, you see, no matter how quiet or how cool or how calm and collective someone may seem over the years, you know what I mean? If you keep poking, you know what I mean, a bear, you know what I mean? That's what happened. Like I said, if you keep pouring water into a glass, man, one day, you know what I mean, it's gonna spill over. And that's what it is. Sometimes you just certain human beings, no matter how quiet and calm and collective you may seem, you know what I mean, you only can take so much. And I think this is not just this one thing, man. It's just like, it's a plethora of other things, over the years. And it's just one of those things. Another thing I had to point out when I was watching the video is when and this was really confusing to me. And if you guys can tell me what you think. Because when I was looking at the video, um when Chris Rock, what I mean, dropped that joke, I mean, everybody was laughing, and including Will Smith, he was laughing too. So it was kind of crazy that he was laughing at the joke, and then in the matter of 15 seconds, 20 seconds, he's actually reacting like that. So that's another thing to take note of. I don't know if it's because he saw, what I mean, Jada's facial expression. I don't know if something was said. Jada said something to him. I don't know. But if you guys saw anything else that I'm missing, you guys can let me know for sure. All right. Uh, yeah. So Miss Daly had to go. So he is out. Listen, anyone is here? Anyone else is there? And if you guys want to chime in at any time, I'm still waiting on Jeffrey to join me. He's supposed to be my co-host. I know he did tell me he's running late though. So, but if you guys have anything else you want to say in regards to this, please don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to drop. You know what I'm saying? So again, yeah, we're talking about that slap that we hear all across the world. Um, Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, I just really wanted to just talk about that and look at it from a couple different angles. So yeah, and that's why we're having this conversation. And I hope I didn't miss anything else in the chat. But hey, anyone else is here? You guys let me know, man. You guys think Will Smith was wrong for the way he slapped the juice out of Chris Rock's mouth? I mean, you guys let me know what you think, man. But we're just having a conversation. We're just having a conversation here. So hey, you are allowed to join. Still waiting on my partner in crime, Dr. Jeffrey. He's supposed to be the co-host with me today. Let me see if I miss any messages. In the meantime, at the end of the day, man, it was very shocking, actually, to see Will Smith reacted like that. Like most people are in love with Will Smith. I grew up on Fresh Prince, Fresh Prince of Bel Air. So that's my boy, man. That's my boy, Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? So and I've known him to be a funny guy too. You know what I mean? I'm sure because I look at him not only as an actor, but because he's so funny as a comedian too. And as a comedian, you know what I mean, you're gonna be cracking joke about everybody. I'm sure in the past, he has cracked jokes about someone's wife or someone's husband, someone's mom, someone's sister, you know what I mean, someone's cousin. So these are one of the things that I'm like, why is he reacting? Why did he react like this? You know what I mean? I'm still in shock. You know what I mean? I don't think all that was necessary. And I think if he feel the needs that he needed to talk to Chris Rock concerning that joke, that's something that could have been dealt with offline. Or some people some people are even saying that in the chat here that if you wanted to shout out and say, "Hey, keep my wife's name out of your mouth," all that's okay too. But I don't know. This was just one of those situations, man. And I'm just thinking, like, this could have gone so south. Like, another person, this could have been, like I said, a big brawl on stage for sure. So you never know, man. I thank God I was not in that situation for sure. I don't know how I would have reacted. I don't know if I would have reacted like Chris Rock, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm giving Chris Rock so much props, man, because, man, for someone to slap you like that and you kept your composure on stage and, you know what I'm saying? That is crazy. I hope this, a lot of people were saying, this probably was staged. And maybe it's because of Chris Rock reaction. Maybe that's why people are saying it was staged. I hope it wasn't staged. I hope it wasn't staged, but I think a lot of people are saying it was staged because of Chris Rock's reaction. Because most people would not really reacted like that, and most people, you give someone a slap like that, man. Especially men thrive on their ego, so you slap someone in front of a crowd like that, most people, the way they retaliate would probably be even a little more crazy, so I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, like I say, man, I give him all the props, man, because the way he reacted, that was just crazy. So I don't know. I don't know, man. That is one of the most craziest times in, I guess in the history of Oscars, man. This is gonna go down as one of those things you're never gonna forget, man. But it's good to also see. It's amazing because Chris Rock is now currently on tour, and I mean, I think after all this, his ticket sales went through the roof. So hey, I mean, sometimes no matter how bad some things look, you know what I mean, it's there is some light at the end of the tunnel, or if it's not at the end, at least while you go through the tunnel, there is light there, right? So hey, that's crazy. But hey, man, listen, you guys chime in. That's me just giving my 2 cents. You guys tell me what you think. There's a couple different ways to look at this for sure. And like I say, man, It's amazing now when I hear the word entanglement, and I'm bringing the word entanglement, I kind of associate that to Will Smith and Jada. Anytime I hear the word entanglement, it just a light bulb just switch right away, and all of a sudden we're talking about Jada and Will Smith, right? So I don't know. Hey, Jeffrey's in the building, so I'm sure he's coming on just now. Let him in. What's going on, Doc?
Yes, good night, good night, good night. What's up?
Let's see if I let him in.
How are you doing?
Not bad at all, man. How are
What's
you
going
doing,
on,
sir?
Doc? Yes, good night, good night, good night. What's up?
See if I let him
Do we have, do we have a delay or something?
in. No, that was me. Is it off now?
Do we have any other host in it? Just who are the hosts? Do you have any other hosts joining you tonight?
No, everybody's shy, Miss Daly was here, but she had to go. I think Patricia had to go. So not sure who is still in the building.
Okay.
Anyone else who is still here? Yeah, just say hi. But yeah, guys, my co-host has just joined me. His flight was delayed, so he's just
Yeah.
his
I just came
helicopter.
from the Grammys there, so it took me a while to get here.
Yeah, that's all right, man. But Jeffrey, just so that you know that where we're at, like we're talking about basically, what happened at the Oscars with Mr. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock because he cracked a joke on his wife. And I mean, I've been just talking to a couple of the guys in the chat and what they think. So you can give me your 2 cents. What do you think? If it was a wrong or what right action, did the crime deserve the reaction? That type of thing. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, well, I must admit, first of all, let me just thank everybody for joining in and welcome to another session. Yeah, so when I usually don't pay attention to the Grammys, but of course that one actually caught my attention um, when I saw what transpired. I actually thought, first of all, the first thing came to my mind, maybe that's some rehearsal or some they were acting or something like that. I didn't
Mhm.
realize
It
it
was
was an
staged and
actual.
everything. Yeah.
It was live. I thought
Yeah.
it was something that is, as you said earlier, I thought it was something that's been staged to get ratings.
Hmm.
But then it's after this show, the other part where he actually said, "Don't you talk to my,"
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was repeated. And I
That's
said, "No,
right.
well, this sounds like real business."
I know.
And but I must say, while I do not condone, and I would never condone any form of violence like against women or any other person,
Hmm.
I really admire the way, and I kind of felt kind of pitiful for Chris after. I admire the way that he
He handled
accepted it,
himself. Yeah.
and he didn't like most people with temper would retaliate, but I guess he was more professional in that he didn't make things matters worse
Hmm.
by creating a whole bacchanal, as we say back.
Back another,
Bacchanal.
another stage of drama.
But I believe there was more to that in terms of Chris. I mean, nobody knows sometimes what you're going through your head. You probably have a lot of other things building up, and the moment something is said or done, it just brings that out. We are human, and sometimes people catch us at the wrong time, the inopportune time,
Yeah.
when you probably have something really. I mean, it's not just COVID, but besides COVID, a lot of things been weighing on a lot of people's mind, and I think he was caught off guard, and he shouldn't have, as I said, but he probably that's the way he expressed himself, and there were other talks to say that maybe his wife prompted him because she rolled her eyes, and these usual stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
but I'm sorry it happened, because Will Smith is somebody that I really like. I love his movies, Bad Boys, and all this other stuff. He's somebody I really admire, and I don't think that's characteristic of him. I think he probably had one of those bad days, like all of us. Sometimes
Hmm.
we say these things and curse, and it's just the timing. It was a inopportune time, so
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. But I am, and that's something that I would condone. But I do understand sometimes why these things happen.
Yeah, I hear you. I was telling the guys then that I think, but I mean, I listened to the joke and I was like, "Psh, I mean, I crack a worse joke than this in church."
Yeah, I didn't even get the joke. But
But I'm like, I think if he had it, if he really wanted to say something, like I'm for guys picking up for their wife. You
yeah,
understand? If
yeah,
someone
yeah,
disrespect your wife, I mean, you should. And whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, your mom, whatever.
yeah,
I'm guys picking up, I mean, for I mean, for their partner, or family member, or for that. I just think in this particular situation that it could have been handled differently.
yeah.
No, you are the Oscars. Like, you understand? I mean, ha- I don't think what Chris Rock say, man. Like I said, that's nothing, nothing. And if you feel, and like I say, you know what? Another thing that caught me off guard when Chris Rock cracked the joke on Jada, they even
Uh-huh.
showed that Will Smith was laughing.
Yeah, he was laughing. He was
So I'm
laughing.
trying to figure out what happened after that laugh, and then and 15 seconds that he have to. It did just showing him walking up on stage on that.
No, but you didn't see on another clip that somebody rolled their eyes. I mean, I saw
I saw
somebody
Jada
said,
roll her eyes, okay, which means she didn't take the joke to, what I mean. But listen, all these guys are in the same circle. I think that could have handled way differently, man. But
but
then again, go
I
ahead.
was I was listening to one of the comedians. I forget what his name is Stephen Colbert or one of those guys, and he was
Mhm.
saying, as you rightfully said, there are many other ways to deal with comedians. At least he should have not laughed the joke, like have his face serious, and that hurts.
Yeah,
He said that hurts a comedian even more than a slap when you don't
yeah,
laugh a comedian's joke.
yeah. If you don't laugh at it, that's
So so
true.
so. I mean, I've been in situation like that sometimes where I try to crack a joke and nobody laugh, and that I feel so bad, So so maybe he shouldn't have laughed, but the fact that he laughed, and then what triggered that reaction after is it's something deeper. I don't think it's anything personal he had against Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me also because I remember when they had a wrong table talk of that, thing that when they said Jada had an affair with some guy there.
Or the open marriage thing.
Yeah. And I remember I was wondering when they were having the wrong table, I'm like, I'm listening to the wrong table talk, and I'm like, what's the purpose of having this talk on the wrong table? Like I find I take it, and in that particular moment I think Will Smith suffered the most in that wrong table
Yes,
talk
yes,
and
yes.
actually,
Ego. In terms of
I
ego,
mean, I'm
yeah.
like, why is he even there?
Entertaining, yeah. You see, like, and that's the problem we have with some of these celebrities, right?
Mhm,
They put all their business out there. I mean, we have seen it even with Kanye and some other guys.
mhm.
Every time you pull up the store to read your email or Google, you see all these top stories coming up, and you wonder sometimes why these people keep bringing all their personal business to the whole world, as
Yeah,
if we don't have nothing else to read about. So like that was something that I when I saw that open discussion, I was saying, it would affect him obviously as a man, like,
yeah. I think
so
that was something that they could have had behind closed doors, so to speak.
yeah, keep your personal business and your bedroom business and your
Mhm.
business. We don't only I don't need to see these things and hear about these things, man. Who cares? People are human. So it's Hollywood. That's the lifestyle. That's celebrity lifestyle.
Yeah, but still, there are celebrities out there. It's what they choose to expose, right? Because
Yep.
there are celebrities out there. Their personal life stays as you don't even know some of them have kids.
Yep.
You understand? A discussion like that should have happened behind closed doors, you and your partner. You understand? And move on from there.
It's
What
like
coming out in
Jerry
what coming
Springer.
out in the public is gonna do? I think it just embarrass him the more.
Tell Jerry Springer and Maury that. I don't know why people keep going on these shows to
You
tell
know
them
what I'm
this.
saying? It's crazy.
It
It's
always
crazy.
baffles me, right?
Samantha saying that's honestly what they sign up for as celebrities. I will
Yep.
not say that's what they sign up for as celebrities, but hey, I mean, that's what they allow certain things, and if you open the door to certain things, you know what I mean, people's gonna come in.
Yeah, yeah. People gonna
So
but
I don't know, man.
uh, yeah, I never saw that part of Will Smith before. I mean, as I said, it's unfortunate, and I know he's always a jovial and maybe the bad boy movie got to his head.
No, because he's has always been a very calm and collective guy. So you know, what I mean, I like you say, man. It's just this one. It's a bad moment. We all have that. Some of us have one bad moment. Some of us have 20. Some of us have hundreds. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
unfortunately, that was just one of those bad moments for him.
And was it Denzel Washington who told him that sometimes when you're at a certain um part in your career, that's when the devil try to
Yeah,
attack
I
you,
took your career, man. Yeah, that's when the devil can creep in. You know, I guess
right?
that,
Yep.
that was well said for sure.
Yep. So I mean he's human. I mean I'm sorry that it happened, but I'm not
Mhm.
gonna like I'm not gonna condone what he did, but I really admire the way how Chris handle this. I don't know if you're gonna take it further, like in terms of suing and these cops are already ready to like take make a move and they won't back down, right? These cops like to arrest and all this kind of stuff, right? Because it's a crime, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
a charge, yeah.
they asked him if he wanna. He said no, right? Again, this Chris Rock is a very stand up guy, man. Like he's a very stand
Comedian.
up guy. You
I
know,
guess I guess comedians have to be careful now what they say now to people in the audience, right?
I guess nothing is funny anymore.
Yeah, because yeah, nothing is funny now. I mean, Dave Chappelle had his time some time ago there, yeah. So
Hmm.
you have to be careful what you say,
I guess just now they'll be out of a job, man. You might have to hire them.
What did Samantha say?
Another thing is, I feel like he hasn't been honest with himself. Could you expound on that a
Yeah,
little
in
bit
what
more?
way? In what way? Like he probably have issues, problems. What do you mean?
It sounds like this conversation gonna have to be something to connect with the wrong table talk. So let's see what she has to say in regards to that. Let's see. Specifically in his relationship. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
listen. I don't know, but I mean, people. If both parties, some people have some strange relationship, right? And if both parties in an agreement, whatever they decide to do, that's their business. You know what I mean? I think if you agree to something and then you can't take it anymore, then it's time to back out.
yep. You have to know what you sign up for, right?
That's right. So if you say you sign up for this and then you can't take it anymore, then hey, I'm sure there's an escape clause. I'm sure there's an escape. So accepting an open relationship when he really doesn't really accept it. That's what I'm saying. If that's the case, then you know, I mean, I'm sure there's
But
an
you really think, okay, you really think that's what happened? I mean, he went there, they went together. I mean, they were not sitting close to each other, but and this is something that we know. So why would you want to? I don't know to defend. If my wife says that to me, I probably wouldn't want to defend her so much. And that's me. I'm just saying.
if you she wouldn't accept an open relationship, Jeffrey. No,
Right. I'm just telling you, would you be that defend? Would you be defending your girlfriend or wife if you know that's a reality in your relationship?
she was probably not even be there with me. I'll be going there with someone else. I'll be going there with someone else. She would not be showing up there with me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So accepting an open relationship when let me see what I missed here. It's challenging when you are in a relationship with someone who is a narcissist who has conditioned you. Oh
Well,
Lord of mercy.
maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes they say women tend to have the upper hand than some men. I don't know. I can't say if that's the case or what is the case with, but it could happen. I mean, I've seen a lot of relationships where, as they say, women run things. They call the shots, right? So we as men have to just, maybe we are the one getting slapped at home.
Wait. When did this happen? Women run things. This is a biblical statement.
Women, Prince, women run things. I think that statement comes from women run things because most of the time they decide when to call shots. Like it's just a general stuff, right? Like they could decide, for example, when they have a headache or when they want to eat today, or
They
what they
can
want for
decide,
lunch today.
when to close the shop.
Yeah, what are they gonna cook today? I mean, sometimes if a woman say, "Man, I don't feel like cook. I don't feel like cooking today." You
Mm.
have to cook for yourself. I go out and order KFC or something, right? So I guess that's what it means to say women call shots, right?
Mm. Mm. Oh wow. Let me see what I missed here. To get away with all that, you literally have to break a guy psychologically. Jeff, there are so many variables.
Yeah, so we don't know. We just could. We just assuming.
Hmm.
I can't say. I can't comment on the nature of anybody's relationship because behind closed doors, we don't know how couples, like what's going on. All I could say, it's evident that Will probably had something that was weighing on his mind,
Hmm.
and that what was said triggered at that point. It just triggered like your raise and answerness then, as we say back home.
Yeah. Hey, if you keep, like I always say, man, if you keep pouring water in a glass, one of these days it's gonna overflow.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, but
But I'll still watch his movies.
as a man, oh yeah, for sure. Will Smith is my guy, man. Will Smith is my guy, man. I think his mom said that that's not a normal reaction. That's out of character for Will Smith.
Well, Prince, if it was a lady he had hit, boy, what would have happened?
Whew! Whew!
It
Yeah.
would have been violence against women. It would have been um, so many variables, as you said, right?
Yes. We didn't want. I don't think Will doesn't strike me as that person either. So you know what I mean. But I mean, could you imagine the kind of conversation that was happening? Like you look at how the red table talk was so intense, right? Could you
Yeah,
imagine the conversation was behind closed doors, like when
yeah.
that first came out?
But yeah, but why go on TV and keep those to yourself, man? Why you go on TV and talk all these things about? It's so. I know it's celebrity lifestyle and it is to get ratings, but some of these
Mhm.
things, man, you keep them to yourself. Who cares if you want to have open relationship? I'll go out and lime. What's his name? Like what's
Mhm.
happened with the Kardashians? Peter, who cares? I don't want to know about these things, man. Keep these
Yeah,
things.
these things behind closed doors. Well, I mean, you know what is the age that we are living into? Because even though we might not be interested in at that round table talk, there's so many people else that if you look at that video alone, that had millions of views.
Yep.
So there are a lot of people interested in it.
People just love comments, man.
I know, for sure. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me see what so why I don't agree with Will Smith behavior, he clearly needs help. Yeah, man, that's a possibility. I mean, like I said, there's something weighing heavily on him, man. Like I said, we all as human beings or as guys, you know what I mean, have to deal with some garbage that's too heavy for us, and you know what I mean, that can trigger so much different things. And I mean, uncharacteristic response is inevitable in those situations.
Don't call my wife. In other words, don't call my wife name. Don't call my girlfriend name. Wow, that's that. When you tell somebody don't call my wife name, man. Don't keep my wife name out your mouth.
I know.
It something that brought it out.
Yeah, there's something like I said, man. Like I You know, what I mean, whether I mean the joke is not cracked to me, so I'm not in no position to say if it was disrespectful or not, because it's not wasn't cracked to me. But so I'm not gonna sit here and say that it was not a disrespected joke. Well, it was not said to me. What
Yeah, but the other point, because I am kind of putting myself in Will's position, right?
mhm,
Look at it this way: I will defend my sister, my mother, my wife, somebody
mhm.
close to me. If somebody says something embarrassing or something that I don't like, I would take a stance and probably I might go as far as embarrassing them. But the point here of the matter is the restraint that he did not exhibit, knowing that he's on national TV and worldwide TV. The forum
Yeah,
is where the self control was needed.
I and another thing I'm surprised that he was able to get up from his seat, go slap the man, come back and sit down, and nobody came to. Do you notice nobody moved?
Like no security guard or nothing.
Yeah, there's no security guard. Nobody moved.
Well, that's probably the acting part. That's why it was probably staged. That's why we thought it was probably
Maybe
staged
that's what
because
I'm saying. Maybe that's why, and also the way Chris Rock reacted. That's why everybody's thinking it's staged.
to get ratings, you mean the Oscars was probably losing ratings, you think?
I don't know. I don't want to see it staged, but I'm just looking at those two components, and I'm like, maybe that's why everybody think it's staged. One, the way Chris Rock reacted after, because come on, man thrives on their ego. So you get up and slap another man, it's going down. And two, he was able to get up from his seat, approach the stage. This is the Oscars you're talking about. Approach the stage, slap a man, and come back and sit down at his seat. Nobody in that 30 seconds, 45 seconds, you know, when that take to happen, nobody moved. Where was security?
Yep. I thought they usually pre-record these stuff so they could have edited that part out before they actually show it. I mean, I know some things they pre-record them certain parts. That would have if they had known. I guess that's what they should have done. So that
I
would not
don't,
have.
that's Oscars. That was live as they come, man. I don't know, man. Maybe we are missing something. I don't know. I don't know, man. That was crazy.
And he was right up to the front.
Oh yeah, man had a
So
front
so
seat.
that even make it worse. It was planned, eh?
I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to hear what Chris Rock have to say in the next coming weeks because he's on tour, and it's just a matter of time before he says something.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It's just unfortunate that um these things happen and the world had to witness it.
Mm-hmm.
And now the question is now what how are people gonna feel towards him now? How does his future acting career is gonna be affected?
This is Hollywood, man. I I can see this being in St. Vincent this is a 9 days talk
Yeah,
because there's some people who can I think when you because Will Smith is as big as they come, right? You know what I mean? You're not gonna find another actor as probably much bigger than Will Smith,
mm.
right? So he's a Hollywood son, So I can see this affecting him in the immediate, like in the next couple months. But after that, I see in the long term, I can't see it.
Well, people gonna look at him. Um, People gonna look at him. It's kind of like the same battle this other music star, is facing now with eccentric behavior. Um, the K
Oh,
it
really?
se- yeah, it seemed like these guys have experienced some unfavorable timeline in their career now.
Mm-hmm.
So people gonna probably look at them differently and probably have different thoughts, right? Just because of, and even when I talk to some extent, if I were to use Kanye as an example, like sometimes we have to try to understand sometimes emotional strain, sometimes breaking relationships, another thing could have on you, like, and I guess that's why he's so like he's always on the internet talking and he's so affected by it. celebrity. But then people gonna think differently about their behavior if they don't be disciplined enough to control what they say and what they do, right?
Yeah.
While we do understand that it can happen to, I mean, not because they're superstars, they're human, they still have the same blood and the same mind like us. And if they stump their toe, they're gonna say, "Oh God," just like us do, right?
Hmm.
So it's just a matter of being careful, celebrity or celebrity not, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Because the whole world is watching.
in this case also, I think a lot of people is actually on Will Smith's side too. You know,
Yeah, I was surprised. I
so a
was
lot of
surprised.
people is like, yeah, man, have to defend his wife and stuff like that. So, I mean, you know what I mean? So, Will
What
Smith
what
is my guy. I'm still gonna watch his movies. Like this is not, it's not gonna stop me
no, and
from.
I can't support anybody who I mean I'm not saying that I wouldn't have done the same thing. I said under the circumstances.
Hmm.
I mean, I have done some things already in public, like to embarrass people who try to get to me, but under the
Hmm.
circumstances, um, and the place and the environment, I
Hmm.
have to kind of exercise some kind of constraint.
Oh yeah,
It's
for
not
sure.
an unusual behavior. It's not. I'm not saying under the circumstances it was wrong to hit somebody else,
Hmm.
especially when I didn't get a joke. So I'm not condoning his actions.
Hmm.
All I could say, sometimes it's understandable why people want to do these things, and as Samantha was saying, um, maybe he needs some help, some psychological help, like whatever, or some
Hmm.
counseling to get to the bottom of what is really triggering his anger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, all you can do is pray for the brother, man. Like, like I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not here to act like a saint, like I cannot react certain way and I can't act certain way because, like I said, you say something wrong to the wrong person for me, and then, what I mean? But that's cause, what I mean? Because with my kids, could have been, my mom or, what I mean? Some close, you never know, right? So,
Yep, yep. Tonight is a quiet night, man. Some of the audience people probably went in early tonight.
it's Friday night. People gone out on dates. Remember people couldn't go anywhere. Now, yeah, they remove like here in where we are. They remove masks and stuff like that. You can finally go out and enjoy your evening. People
Oh
probably
yeah, yeah. People are kind of getting back to the open economy.
yeah,
Nobody listening to live shows anymore, except we do some kind of action thing.
yeah. It's like I just jump on. It says some people are partying.
Yep.
Things that happen. I think now things are open. The other day I was invited to some. I was invited out to some what soca fest or something like that.
Yeah, and I see they have concerts and other stuff, people promoting other stuff going on now.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of glad, man, because I mean, we as musicians kind of suffer.
Yeah, and it's been too taxing on people's brain to be
Oh
locked
yeah.
down, and like the whole thing has been so frustrating and emotionally challenging for people.
Hmm.
I think it's just a new norm now we have to get used to,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's how it is.
Hmm. One of those things. Man. I'm just glad. I mean, listen, I'm glad now, and I mean, are you still wearing your mask? And
Yes, man, I do. I don't, even when I go to play, I still have on my mask, my other mask. I don't.
mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't wear it, but I do.
I wear as long as I'm around crowds. I wear mine. I mean,
You still have to do what you got to do because
oh yeah, because
this
I
thing
mean,
is still out there.
you know,
How the numbers looking now, though?
nah.
How the numbers?
I have not been looking at the news. I don't know. I'll have to see if it's alarming or. I guess if it's alarming, it would have already here. You know what I mean? But I mean, I guess you gotta let a few weeks pass and see really. I think also if there's a virus in the air, I mean, over this is like over 2 years now, your kind of body will get immune to certain things.
It's something we have to live with.
Yeah, and so
Just like flu is always there, and every year people get flu and cold. You can't get rid of these things, right?
no, no. Well, hey, listen, I thank God. I mean, I gotta thank God at least this thing come and pass, and I didn't catch it. Well, I didn't know that
Well, I
it.
didn't know. Because it could be asymptomatic and you don't know, right?
Yeah, because I mean, so but I mean, if I at least I'm not affected,
Okay.
physically from a physical standpoint like that.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously we all been affected by work wise,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and all that good stuff. But I mean, so just gotta thank God, man. We're still here.
Yep, yep, yep,
This thing take out millions. So
yep.
gotta thank God we're still here. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jeff, that's I mean, I wanted to just I mean, kind of we haven't done any actually we haven't done this in a while.
Yep, it's true, it's true. It's true.
I need to get back at least once a week.
Yep.
Uh,
Do something every other.
yeah,
Maybe
I
a
have
week.
another. Guys need to know. I have another channel which is so I have another channel which I'm taking over from one of my friends in Kenya.
Mhm.
So, so yeah, it's gonna call the well. So for now, it's called the Prince Experience TV.
Mhm.
So that one I'm gonna be promoting from I guess from now on. I'm just kind of doing some changes and making it look like mine now because it's mine.
Yeah, yeah, the TV stuff sounds good.
Yeah, so you guys gonna see. I will send it to everybody. Everybody will know what it's all about. I mean, my boy in Kenya kind of gave it for me to take over. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it have over 6,000 subscribers.
Wow. Good.
So I'm gonna
So
be
well, that's your line. That's the line. You're always in the entertainment stuff, so
yeah.
pretty
I
fine.
think I think I will start doing like these conversations on that channel and just leave my main this channel for reaction videos and stuff like that. But conversations, vlogs, and all kind of stuff I'm gonna be doing over on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how that is. What Jeffrey? Anything you have going down that you want the people to take note of? Anything upcoming event you have?
No,
Um,
well, as we said, things been kind of quiet. One Connection and Grace Project hasn't really done anything yet. We hopefully by the end, by the middle of this month, we should be striking up some stuff and maybe do another online event until things beginning to open up. Nothing much, just to let people know that we still have the Grace Music Project going on, where we could still trying to I'm gonna work on the volume 2 CD and doing some new music. So just expect some new music coming out soon.
okay.
Yeah, that's all that we're gonna plan now.
Yeah, I'm working on some stuff, so I will obviously call you when I'm ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So for sure. Like so, anyone who is still here, like even if you're not here, I mean, people who have not make it to the live and will listen back in the future. I mean, we you know, Grace Project, One Connection, Jeffrey has going that I'm also a part of. We'll obviously keep you in the loop in whatever is going on because hey, in these type of things we cannot do it without you.
Yep, yep,
The
yep,
people
that's
is
true.
very important. It's like politics, you know what I mean? Politics, you can't do politics without people, right? So
Yep.
we're gonna keep you guys in the loop. Jeffrey, thank you again for you know what I mean
All right.
joining me as my co-host as usual. It's very
Yep.
much appreciated.
All right, boss. And good night to everyone who's online. You have a great weekend and we keep in touch.
That's right. Everyone else was here. Thanks, Samantha's of the world, Patricia, Miss Daly, Ajit. I'm trying to remember some of the names just off the bat. Thank you guys for joining. We very much appreciate it. And
Yep.
until we meet again, have a
Shalom.
wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Do not drink and drive, and do not drive and drink either.
And do not slap anybody, please.
Please, no slapping, no slapping.
All right. Good night.
Have a good one, buddy.